Hello, everybody, for another edition of Voice of Reason. This is Jake Schwartz. We're here in Bluebell, Pennsylvania, at the Bluebell Inn. And look who I found here at the Bluebell Inn. One of my favorite announcers.
For the Phillies, number 3, first baseman, Jake Schwartz.
Oh, he couldn't have said it well said any better. Big Five and Hall of Fame broadcaster, one of my favorites, Mr. Dan Baker. Dan, a pleasure to see you as always, my good friend.
How are you?
Yes, you're looking well. It's good to see you again, and I wanted to talk to you about, by the way, this man is a Hall of Famer, just about every single, from the Big Five all the way to baseball, to basketball, to even football, and you host a show every other Monday night at different locations, and I know that next week you're going with Greg Luzinski, who, by the way, is here tonight. Tell us about this show and what you've learned so far from it.
Well, thank you, Jake. This is our 8th year of doing the full session for WBCB, 1490 AM.
Owned by your friend, the great Merrill Reese.
Oh, Merrill Reese, the greatest football play-by-play voice in the world. Merrill has provided us this wonderful opportunity, and we're actually on every week, Jake. When the Phillies are home on a Monday night, we tape the show in the afternoon at Chickies and Pete's in South Philadelphia, and then the show is played back that night from 6 to 7 on 610 AM and 1490 AM, because we're at the ballpark at 4. And then when the Phillies are on the road, we're either live here at the Bluebell Inn in Bluebell, Pennsylvania on Skippack Pike, or we're at Parks Casino in Ben Salem, Pennsylvania on Sweet Road.
Well, you're doing that next week, but I wanted to do a final thought. Coming up next, the Phillies do head to, and you've been the voice for almost 4.5 decades, close to 5. Tell us what the Phillies must do to certainly get back on the path of righteousness. They will be facing the top team in baseball, the Washington Nationals.
Well, Jake, I think the Phillies are headed in the right direction. Of the top 100 prospects in Major League Baseball, the Phillies have 7 of them. So I think there are more good young prospects in the Phillies farm system right now than we've had probably in about a decade, since that wonderful nucleus came along with Brian Howard and Chase Utley and Jimmy Rollins and Carlos Ruiz, Cole Hamels. So I think the Phillies are heading in the right direction. I definitely think they're going to win more games than they did a year ago. They get the top pick in the amateur free agent draft this year. And the Phillies, it's a great place to watch baseball, Citizens Bank Park.
And if you're a fan of this man, go to Citizens Bank every day. He's here. Dan Baker, a pleasure to see you as always. And thank you so much for being here on Voice of Reason at the Bluebell Inn.